Hey, do you want to play games for a good cause? Join Extra Life, a community of 50,000 gamers all over the world who play games to heal kids at Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Find out more at extra-life.org.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Addicts podcast. I forgot Deuterinos. What's up, Deuterinos? I was so focused on what was going on over here to make sure that I timed it just right. Welcome to Game Addicts podcast, episode 98. I am this podcast player one, Brando, and joining me here today is this podcast player two, Mike.
Hello.
Today we got a lot of news stuff to talk about. Surprisingly, a lot of news stuff to talk about. Surprisingly, even more so because we didn't do an extra show this weekend because I've been feeling under the weather.
Yes.
Pretty much all weekend. I didn't stream at all. My bad there, guys. I was feeling like very feverish. And I actually had some articles to go. We were going to hang out on Sunday and do our brand new show, Game Addicts Plus, episode 2, but I wasn't feeling it. I was tired. I was running a fever. All I wanted to do was sleep. So that's what I did.
Happens.
We're going to cover some of those news items here today on the show.
I forgot my glasses.
You were just wearing them.
I was.
What do you do with those things?
Hold on. I'm going to get it right now.
What do you even do?
I can't see.
Like, I can't exist without my glasses. What the heck? Where do you put them down at?
Hold on.
That didn't work.
I know it didn't work.
They completely saw your back.
Everybody
that
saw
was
my
the
back.
most non-smooth thing I think I've ever seen.
I didn't want to crawl on my hands and knees like last time. Well, I only noticed it because it's not that I have really bad vision. It's that this astigmatism bothers me and that light being on. Normally I have my contacts in, so I didn't really realize it until I was like, why is that so bright? Oh.
Well, I mean,
Because you don't have your glasses on, stupid.
Hey, yo, what to do, you know?
Like I said,
what to do?
Usually since we get right off work, I wear contacts at work.
Mm-hmm.
I just leave them in, finish it up, but they're extra dry today, so I wanted my glasses.
We just debuted our new intro video.
And then I go run off.
Yeah. Well, we just debuted our new intro video for the podcast that I created for episode 100. And we're already steamrolling along. We're learning more and more about this whole streaming thing every single week. I'm learning more about what I can and can't do on this program. And I'm like, let's just do it. Let's just go full bore and let's just see what it looks like, it sounds like. Because I'm anxious. Because when I have something done and I'm just waiting for it, I get more anxious about it.
Right.
And I'm very proud of it. Everybody that I've shown that video to, they've all liked it as well, except for one. He said he didn't like it, but his opinion doesn't matter. So
I don't know who that was.
don't worry about it.
Okay.
So, and then also was before we started was also the bug for the Extra Life live stream.
Yes.
That we're going to be doing, and of course that is going to be taking place on November 3rd, Saturday, November 3rd. It is a 24-hour live stream event. We're probably not doing the full 24 hours because we don't have that much time together. No. What I may end up doing, depending on how I feel when I'm done, I might sleep, wake up, and stream some more. Because I'm going to be I still have my Metal Gear retrospective. I want to do Mass Effect. I might do something. I might take that opportunity to keep that rolling forward to do closer to 18 hours or something. I might keep rolling on and keep doing that. Our goal, we understand that we are a Twitch upstart. We are brand new guys. We are coming in with our podcast. We've been doing for almost 100 episodes. I think we started in April of 2016 of doing the podcast. Now, here we are in 2018. Like, we're now expanding into Twitch. We're doing the live streaming. I'm doing some live streaming of gaming. He's about to start doing live streaming of more gaming.
As I've been saying for like a year and a half.
We're getting the ball rolling.
Well, the financial problem is now out of the way, so we're starting to be able to, because as you guys know, this is not cheap.
No.
It is not cheap to do this, and a lot of it is that it's just hard to get that capital to get it. And now that we have that capability and we've started to do it, now it's like we can't do without. In my opinion, like, that's how I feel.
Well, this has now become another avenue
Yes.
for the podcast to be put out, another platform. We were doing the video stuff for a while on YouTube, and we did that from episode like 13 until when you took a break, 70 I can't remember when. But then when we cut it off at that point, because I didn't know when and where I was going to be recording the podcast, that was in flux.
Right.
So I didn't want to have to start trying to find out new places to film everywhere that I went. So I just cut it off. I said, we're going to stop. And then when we got back together, you were like, we can do video. And I'm like, you know what? Let's bring back the video in a grand fashion.
Right.
Let's bring it back when we're ready to stream. And that's what we've done. That is exactly what we've done. And
we look better now today.
We do. We got a new webcam going on. And so we are going to be getting set up for Extra Life live stream. At the moment, our tentative plan is to stream Red Dead Redemption 2, which will be out just that week or the week before that.
Yep.
And then we are going to be, if possible, if everything goes well with the technical side on their end, we're going to be live streaming the Fallout 76 beta for PS4.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. If that does fall through, we definitely have a backup plan, 100%. We're going to have a full schedule made up just in case with some other stuff for us.
Yeah, and we're going to play together on 76 since I will have 2 codes. We'll go ahead and let, whatever we do, you'll do Joanna's or mine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. And we'll be able to capture it so you guys will actually see us playing together. Now, we were going to try, if I got my PC set up, to dual stream.
Yeah.
But I got like a gig of internet capabilities, but being that many walls through, I don't think that we would be able to stream online game on 2 separate, or 4 technically. But
and my internet connection at my house is nowhere near here. Pretty much on my upload for the stream, I get pretty much what I need to get a good stream, and that's it. Like, I think I get at most 11 upload.
Right.
I am not like here we get about 100. So it's great. Like, our live stream always looks good here, and our live stream that day will look good. But definitely go to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay. Of course, you get this show every single Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then you'll get gameplay from me. There's a little schedule over there as well to let you know when and where I will hopefully be streaming. Do go and check us out on social media for the full details of when we're going to be doing that. But also follow us on Twitch. That way you get a notification anytime we do go live, whether it's a podcast or live streaming, or also for the Extra Life event. We do have a goal of $250 for us to raise. And so that is what we're going to be looking to raise during that time period. We understand we're smaller. We understand that we are...
That's why we're not shooting so high.
Right. Trust me, I would love to do more than that.
I would love
because
to.
The cause that this is going for, this is going directly towards our local Riley Hospital.
Yes.
And I am very gracious when I give to that. I always try to do everything I can to give to that. I know that at our work in the past we've been able to do that, but we don't get that chance every year.
No.
And I remember one year I went down there because there's this whole thing that we do at work where we can pick our local and stuff. And I was kind of like in my head, I was thinking, man, I really don't know if there's what in my area I really want to give to for my local county. Because I think I've in the past I've done Humane Society and stuff like that. But then I'm like, as soon as they said Riley, I said that.
Yep.
And they said, oh, and we don't get we're just the little like parcel exchanger for that. we don't take any of it. I'm like, then please
Yes.
take it. And I wish they would do that every year because I really, 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 really support giving to Riley. And I'm so glad that this is what this is going towards.
Yep.
Especially since it's so local. And I have someone that I went to high school with, and their family is currently going through leukemia.
Right.
With their little one. I think he's about 3. And that, like, from all reports, from what I can hear, he's doing pretty well. And that kind of stuff breaks my heart.
Yes.
To know that, like, these little kids are going through this, and if anything that we can do to help then we're going to do it. And if that means I have to stream for 48 hours, I'll do it.
Right. Anything we can give.
So that is the current plan. Please stay tuned for any changes for the schedule. Well, of course, that our plan is basically probably going to be those 2 games.
As of right now,
As of right now.
Tentatively.
But then, of course, it may change. We're going to have a backup plan. We're going to have other games. We're going to have other stuff to do just in case the Fallout 76 beta does break the servers.
That's what it's for.
And
so
if it gets broken and it's on Saturday, everybody's trying to play, we can't play, guess what we're going to do? We're going to do something else. Because we're not going to sit there and try to connect.
We'll try for a little bit, but not.
No, we're not going to try for hours. We're not going to do that. If it goes down to it, we're going to call it and move on to something else.
Right.
Speaking of moving on to something else, that's what we're going to do right now.
All right, move.
Because what? Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff to talk about.
We'll talk about it.
All right, so I'm going to put this up on the screen.
Okay.
Bam. So
is
guys,
that right here?
Yeah, it's actually right there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So
we're like holding it up.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey has set sales record for the current generation of the franchise.
That's awesome.
Last week, Assassin's Creed fans were captivated by the release of Odyssey, the biggest game in the series to date. And thanks to Ubisoft, we know just how well the game has fared in terms of initial sales. The company has announced that Odyssey currently holds the sales record for the current generation of the franchise, outperforming last year's impressive numbers for Assassin's Creed Origins. The company has noted that the game has attained strong word of mouth since its release, as well as a number of high review scores, including one from comicbook.com's Leanna Rupert. Exact sales numbers weren't given.
Yeah.
Okay. But the company did note that the game has performed very well, outperforming the likes of Origin, Syndicate, and Unity in terms of launch sales. Interestingly enough, it didn't note whether or not its current sales numbers beat the games from the previous generation, including Black Flag.
Probably not Black Flag.
Huh?
Probably not Black Flag.
It might not have, but when you think about after that, where the series really nosedived, and where everything that I've heard, I haven't played it, so please don't take my word, but people around me, people that I know and trust, have said Origins was them righting the ship.
Right. That's what I've heard too.
We are taking this franchise, we're taking it away from what we were doing, we're taking it over here. There's enough here for you to recognize,
right?
But it's a different game, and that's good because that's what it needs. And apparently, this is even that, and then even more. It's funny because now I've heard from 2 people who I actually trust as far as their opinion in video games. Some friends of ours. One person said, "Wow, this is going to be the game to get me back into Assassin's Creed Odyssey," and the other person said Origins was way better. So I'm happy for it. When I get the itch to play Assassin's Creed, I'm starting with Origins. I'm just going to go straight to it.
Yeah.
I do like the look of Syndicate. I like that sort of like that late 1800s London look. But now that they've kind of changed the game up,
I like the setting in Egypt.
I like the Egypt setting.
I wanted to play it, but I just I was burnt out.
I agree,
and it's just we get it. It's just like the Call of Duties. Every year you get a new one. And luckily, they've stated that next year we are not getting a new Assassin's Creed.
Well, let's hope that they stay in with that. I'm very, very happy for them because, that is a series to me that it definitely has had longevity.
Yeah.
Because what they've been able to do is been able to reinvent the wheel 10 years later. Look at okay, we'll go to our next bit of news that has to do about Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I believe, is out now, or it's out this week or something. I don't know. I'm not a Call of Duty guy. You know this. You guys should know this
I'll look it up.
If you ever even listened to the show.
I used
All
to be,
of the articles for today's podcast were brought to you by comicbook.com. Of course, they are owned by GameSpot. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 disc reportedly unplayable without the day one update. The physical version of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 reportedly isn't playable without a day one update. While some people may have found acquired physical versions of the game ahead of its release date that is approaching this week, so it comes out Friday.
Yeah, October 12th.
It doesn't appear that they'll be able to do anything until the game has launched. VG247 has reported that someone on Twitter in possession of an early copy of the game but trying to play it on the PlayStation 4 greeted the player with a message that said an update is required to play Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So,
I wonder now that may not be, hey, we have set this up to where it has to be updated just to even play it, or are they setting it up to where just in case somebody gets it early that they have to wait?
So guess how big the day one patch is?
How big?
50 gigabytes.
Well, then that's not what the case is. It's because it's unplayable. So, like, what are you getting off the disc?
I don't know.
You getting anything off the disc?
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 buyers who purchase a physical copy of the game have to download a 50 gigabyte day one update before playing.
Is it like the whole game again?
I don't know.
That's
For
what it
both
sounds
the
like.
Xbox One and PS4 physical versions of the game, the update is required before all the game modes are playable. Black Ops 4 also has of course, there's no campaign mode in this game.
Yeah. But there's a Battle Royale.
Black Ops 4 also has a new amount of space that must be made free on consoles to accommodate the game. Activision says that for an optimized download experience, players will need at least 112 gigabytes of free space on their hard drives.
So this is the new big one. We thought Red Dead was going to be big.
The new amount of free space needed differs from the previous reports that showed the back of a retail box saying 100 gigabytes of space was needed for the game. But 12 gigabytes is a relatively small amount compared to what's already a sizable amount.
I don't understand. Is it 4K? Because if anybody plays this in tournaments, nobody's going to be running 4K because it doesn't uphold the frame rate and refresh rating that tournament players need.
I'm trying to read this really quick. It said, this isn't the full size of the game's download, the site reports, but the space is needed to successfully update the game. Once the update is fully downloaded, the final installation footprint will be around 555 gigs. So on the disc, you're getting 55 gigabytes, and then you're going to need another 50 download. Downloading the day one update is required to play the multiplayer and zombies game modes, as well as accessing the specialist headquarters, but Blackout can be played without the full update being downloaded. Once the update is around 30% downloaded, a percentage that Activision said is around 16 to 20 gigabytes. Blackout will be fully playable, so you can't even...
Does it say if it's going to be in 4K?
No, not yet.
Because for that size, I feel like they're doing 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But it's just, I'm telling you.
We have reached a new threshold.
It's not going to be... People are not going to play it at that level. Like, cool, I could play it in 4K, but when you actually are like really playing it and really playing people online, those people that are running 1080p are going to smoke you.
Oh, man.
Because you're looking at double, at least 60 frames a second is what you want. And 4K is not, it's too hard at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Whatever.
I don't know.
I'm not getting it, so don't bother me one bit.
I'm not either. And, if I was getting it on my Xbox, I would have zero room. Because
Quantum Break taking up
100, almost.
100.
150.
150.
Man, it's a lot. By the way, I played that yesterday. I played it for the first time, and of course that game is like been out. Did it come out in 2017, 2016?
I don't have the answer to
I
that.
can't remember what year it came out, but it's not bad. I like it. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, I mean, it has something to do with time. So
right,
time
it's
is
timey-wimey.
That's always confusing.
I don't know exactly what's going on yet. I'm only past the first act, and I watched the first episode of the downloadable show. So what was cool is that I was playing the game, and by the time dinner got done, it was time for the show. So I ate my dinner while I watched the show. It's pretty cool. I'm going to have to time that right again, maybe tomorrow night. But
hopefully.
I liked it. I got to play a little bit of Forza Horizon 4. I liked it, too. I'm not even a racer guy.
Right.
But, I felt like it was pretty fun, especially for $2 for 2 months, like the deal they were doing back in August for Game Pass.
Right.
I'm getting to try these games for $2. You can't beat that.
No.
Not even for $9.99 can you say, and you look at the list of games, you can't beat it.
No.
Forza just coming out, and then all the stuff that's on there.
Think about when they drop Fable.
Right, the new
That's
Fable.
going to be huge.
All right, so also they're doing a giveaway this month through Game Pass. You have to download and play an hour of Fallout 4, easily doable.
Yeah.
Download and play 30 minutes of any other Bethesda title, and you get entered to win a authentic, legitimate Fallout 4 Xbox One controller.
Motherfuckers. I don't own one.
I know, but
it's Game Pass. Mm-hmm. I can do that on a PC, correct?
You should.
So I have one. I don't know.
I think Game Pass is available for PC.
Because if it is, then I could hop on and do. Fallout 4. Come on.
All right, so I was starting up Quantum Break, and it comes up. It's like, when the game is saving, don't turn off your console. It said, when the game is saving, don't turn off your PC. Oh man, that made me laugh.
I'm gonna look up and see if that's on.
That made me laugh. I'm gonna move on to the next article. This has to do with Guerrilla Games. So this article has come out. We haven't heard much from Guerrilla Games since last year's masterpiece Horizon Zero Dawn and its accompanying DLC, The Frozen Wilds. But the company is preparing something pretty big, and it's not necessarily a sequel to that adventure. Developers gone through some major expansion over the last year, moving into a new office, increasing their team to over 400 employees. As part of the new crew, however, they've been brought on 2 veterans that previously worked on Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Simon LaRouche and Chris Lee. Based on their LinkedIn pages, both of these guys are hard at work on an unannounced project for Guerrilla, and considering the multiplayer expertise, it indicates the developer might be working on something along the lines of a first-person shooter. New Killzone.
Yeah.
So, does that surprise me? No. Why? Because they went out after making a bunch of Killzones and made Horizon. Now that they've done Horizon, of course they want to make another one. But why would they rush into it when they can take a step back, really cleanse the palate, go back to Killzone with a fresh new look, with some brand new guys that were working on one of the bigger first-person online shooters of the last couple of years, and one that even had a resurgence like Rainbow Six Siege. Put them in with and say, what can we do to take Killzone and make it on that level? So, and then while they're doing that, they learn more, they have fun, they get their kicks. Meanwhile, there's probably there's 400 employees at this place.
Yeah.
There's another segment. You guys, you start planting the seeds and you start working on what's going to be the next Horizon game.
Right.
And then, we got Killzone, big thing over here. We're doing this now. Next thing you know, that comes out and it does whatever it does, right? Meanwhile, these guys have already been working on. And they go, all right, everybody, this. Then all of a sudden they go full bore on that, and then they flip flop, kind of like how Bethesda has been doing with their Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I think that's a really cool idea for them.
Any titles that are crossplay can be redeemed on your PC as long as on Game Pass. So I might be able to sneak it in on my 14-day trial.
There you go. There you go, man. There you go. Dude, there is.
How cool would that be?
Dude,
It's an Xbox One controller, right?
Yes.
Is it? So, I mean, the only thing I'm going to be able to play that on is
the PC.
PC. But now this will be cool because it would be available.
All right, so Xbox, as I type, 1, Fallout 4.
Crossplay?
No, controller.
Controller. Oh, I wonder what it looks like. Is that what you're trying to find?
Yeah. No, that's not it. That's not it either. These are custom ones. Gosh darn it. Here's how to win the official. Okay. So this is the only photo that I have seen of it. And it's on it. Hold on, let me actually open the image in a new tab. That way.
You can do this.
I have too many tabs open. I have tabs open for doing the show. Hold. Open image in new tab. There it is. Guess what? Yes, I'll download it. Okay, so it downloaded when I opened up to a new tab. Yeah.
Once you...
No, it's already here. It's already here. I got it.
Huh. That's interesting.
If I would have thought to put it up on the screen, I would have done that, but I didn't.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it. I mean, I would like it just to have it, but...
I think it goes in good with the color scheme of the Pip-Boy.
I say it looks like the Pip-Boy color scheme.
But it looks more like a bomb.
Right.
Like a bomb kind of like layout. I think it's neat because of it's
I think it's cool, but...
It doesn't scream at you Fallout.
Right.
But if you looked at it and paid attention, you'd... Yeah, that's Fallout.
I mean,
that's why I like it.
I get it. It's definitely Fallout, but I'm just looking at it, I'm like...
That's why I also liked... like my controller, like my Advanced Warfare. I'm not a Call of Duty fan, but I have the Advanced Warfare Xbox.
Right.
I like that stuff because it is that design, and it might have a symbol, symbolic. It might even say Call of Duty up there on the top of the Xbox. But if you're just looking at it, you're like, what is that? I like that. I like it when you have to actually look at the artwork. I like the little worn stuff. I love the scuffs. I love like.
So when I bought my Xbox 360. The second one that I purchased, right. I bought the Halo Reach Edition.
Right.
I love the look of those controllers, but those controllers lasted a month.
Oh.
And both of them were junk. I was so mad that I wanted to keep them, but I had to go buy new controllers, and you get frustrated when you just spent, that much money, and they don't work.
So Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out this month.
You don't say.
It's going to be a big game.
It is a big game.
I mean, not just in size, because the rumor has it that it's got the entire map from the first game in it, and the new map.
That's
it's
huge,
a massive game. So it's going to be a big game, but it's also going to be a big game for Rockstar.
Yes.
I feel like this. I dare say, I don't think this is going to be GTA 5. I don't think it's going to be that runaway success. But I feel like this is going to be the best game that they have done that isn't GTA 5 or GTA in general. I feel like since all they've got to do is say we're Rockstar. This is what we're doing.
Right.
And
then, depending on how I feel about playing it over here, because you're getting it on the Xbox, correct?
Yeah.
So we'll see how I feel about playing it. If I like it a lot, I'll probably pick it up. But it's just Fallout 76 is literally right around the corner.
I know,
and that's the big one for me. So,
and unfortunately, the more that I see from that, the more that I don't want to get it.
76.
It's got a lot of the small things that help put the world together, the notes and the computers.
Yeah,
but there's it's very empty, and so it's very. It's very
empty of other humans or
substance as far as there are no NPCs, so there's nothing. on that level of
Well, there's
interaction.
no human NPCs. There's robot NPCs and stuff.
Like, and even on that level, there's not enough there to entice me.
I've already dished the money out.
Why?
so-
Yeah, I know you have, but like from that standpoint, like seeing what I've seen, it doesn't look like it's a bad game. It just doesn't look like it's for me, being that much of an online centric.
Right.
You know, it's like.
They'll have to do something, because if it's supposedly 4 times bigger than Fallout 4 and it's lacking substance.
Well, yeah. Well, it's going to be a lot. That's why it's a large player base. There will be private servers eventually, and there will be that's where your mods are going to be. And the mods are going to PC first and then console second, from what I understand. But
That's what sucks, is that I bought the PS4 edition. And I really want the PC one, because we all know PS4 will not be getting mod support for a long time. Good mod support.
we'll have to see what kind of support that is, even in that.
And it all
In
depends.
that range, like under those kind of reigns, what are they going to allow even on a private server? for
Right.
that? Because it's a different beast entirely.
Yep.
So,
So,
getting back on track. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out at the end of the month. However, that does not stop some rumors going around about Bully.
oh yeah?
I just read something today from Bully. Bully 2 hinted at with Casting Call. There's been a lot of talk about a potential sequel to Bully over the years, including some leaked concept art that suggests the games may actually be in consideration stages. Granted, that doesn't mean that's going to be released tomorrow, but the publisher could be planning something else. And we have just come across something a little bit more interesting evidence. A site called Rockstar Intel recently posted a report about a potential casting call for the sequel, with the casting director announcing they're looking to fill roles for unannounced video game title with a leading UK games developer shooting at Pinewood Studios. The roles, according to the report, are calling for teenage and young roles with placeholder names for the characters. But here's where things get interesting. The casting call features a warning attached to it with the following details. Mild violence and profanity will be used in scenes with the young performer. The project itself is a thriller/drama, and all scenes with the young performer will be handled with sensitivity. Now, that doesn't mean that this is Bully. And Bully doesn't really meet the thriller aspect of this. Or really, like, I'm not even sure if you would consider that a whole lot of drama either.
Well, I mean, it would be all drama.
Well, I mean, it is drama, but it's
Say,
not.
you're
it's
at
not
a
drama
high school.
it's not drama in what you like and what he. I mean, because Bully 2, maybe I'm thinking about this too close-mindedly. A Bully 2 is not going to look like Bully 1.
I hope not.
You know, it's not going to feel like Bully 1. Just like Red Dead 2 is compared to Red Dead Redemption going to be this. Going to be on different levels.
Yeah.
Just like with Red Dead Redemption to Red Dead Revolver, completely different games.
Right.
Just like GTA 5 to GTA 4. There's a clear difference.
Well, yeah. This is what happens.
I liked Bully. Bully was a fun game. It was not something that I expected to like. I really like the best part about that were honestly like not the story. The story was there. Oh, look, it's starting to rain. Anyway, back on point. The best part of that was just the everyday life of getting up and having to go to class.
You like that?
Yeah, because the mini games were fun. The classes were mini games.
Right.
You had like English, where you had to come up with. You were given so many letters. You had to come up with all the 3-letter words that you could make, all the 4-letter words, all the 5-letter words. You had to get so many, and you had to get a 64% to pass the class. If you didn't pass it, you had to retake it. And then I think each class had like 4 or 5 different levels to pass. And each day would have 2 classes, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. You'd have math, you have chemistry, you'd have music, and the scholarship edition, where it was a little bit kind of like Rock Band, but he's playing the triangles or symbols. And then you had PE, where you would have to play dodgeball. And it was just fun. and like there was a lot of stuff to do. You would have to serve detention if you got caught doing something you weren't supposed to do. And your detention would be mowing the yard or scooping snow. if at first they would start you off with a small patch of grass, and then you had to mow the whole damn football field.
Jeez.
But yeah,
with scissors.
It was a fun little game. I mean, it's silly,
right?
It's over the top. It's campy, but it's fun. And that's what matters with a game, is that it's fun.
Right.
The only issue is, okay, they had to ride a fine line, even in 06. Or was it? Yeah, it was like 06 when Bully came out or something like that. They had to ride that fine line of not being too real.
Yeah.
Because, bullying is a big problem.
It is. Yes,
and the game let you you could be the bully and beat some people up, but you could also stand up for other people, stand up to the bullies.
The biggest thing is that the age that it is, you're riding a fine line, because that is the age that kids get bullied.
Yeah.
And like you said, there is a problem and it's not okay. But then you've got a game like GTA 5 where you have no boundaries whatsoever at all. You wake up sometimes on a bridge naked peeing.
Exactly. No, like the game definitely could not push too far. Even in today's standards, I feel like would be even worse for that. But I'm really excited about the prospect of another bully. Of course, what I mean by Rockstar is that even Red Dead Redemption isn't made by the main Rockstar team. It's made by San Diego.
Right.
And the other teams definitely all pitch in. It's just kind of like the Assassin's Creeds. When the credits for an Assassin's Creed game is like 15 hours long, because they give you
it's almost as long as the game.
Right, because they give you the damn like casting of like the entire of every single subdivision of of Ubisoft that helped make that damn game. It's like, oh well, we did the navigation for one thing, whatever they did, And let's put the
throw
credits.
in the entire team.
Yep. Well, let's put the entire 75-person team on there.
Right, and it's great. Don't get us wrong.
Sure.
That's great. We love the fact that these guys are being recognized because they're doing great work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thing is that with EA, they pass that shit around like literally every developer that they have touches it as it goes through. So
janitor, custodial.
So you're like literally sitting there watching these roll. It's like, man, I'm gonna go get a sandwich.
Dude,
you get back and it's still like halfway through.
I made that mistake way back on like MGS4. Then the credits started to roll, and I got up to like take my food because the cutscenes in MGS4 were so long. I paused them to go make food to watch the ending. Yeah. And then I finished my food during said ending, and then went to go take my plate back, and that's when, like,
said ending started.
the mid-credit ending started, and I went, and then I just sat back down. Anyway, I'm excited for a new bully if we ever get one. That the prospect of that, I don't know who made that last time. It might have been the UK team. But I don't remember. I literally, even if you looked it up, I wouldn't remember if that team even still exists or if they've just moved it somewhere else. So I don't. Looking it up
doesn't matter.
I don't even know. Moving right along to another older franchise of games. Good friend. Do you remember a franchise called Metal Gear Solid?
I don't know.
So I have been playing Metal Gear Solid on our Twitch stream, and I'm on 2, and I plan on finishing it here soon. And I'm playing the HD edition that is on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. I have the
Says
PS3.
Vancouver.
Then yeah, so it's not even the same development team anymore. Yeah. MGS HD edition.
Yeah.
I'm playing the PS3 version. It also came out for the 360. They've just announced that Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are now backwards compatible on Xbox One.
They're doing a good job.
So the backwards compatibility list on that has grown even higher. we have read through the entire list before. We're not going to do that again.
No.
But they've got a lot of games on there that are worth a checking out. And now they've got 2 more really great games to check out on there as well. I think Game Pass might have MGS5. It might at least have Ground Zeroes, but I can't remember if it has. I know Game Pass. Game Pass was, man, they added something else recently too on Game Pass. I can't remember what it was. I don't remember. Go check out that. Go check out. Man, I really, really do hope that we have some reverse compatibility.
Okay, so we want to use that as a segue.
We are using.
Yes, we are, because I believe PlayStation is taking notice to this backwards compatibility, and there's the rumors flying that they might have just made a patent for a way to make it capable of the PS5.
Boom.
Going all the way back to OG PlayStation.
That is in fact the rumor that PG. What did I say? PG.
I don't know.
That PS5 will in fact be backwards compatible all the way from PS1, 2, 3, and 4. All of them.
Better be 4.
Yeah, well, there's no
I can
reason.
understand. Like even if they didn't do 3, I understand, because
It's the cell architecture.
that cell architecture, I get it, but no reason for PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PS4 on the PS5.
So, Sony has confirmed the next PlayStation PS5.
Did they confirm the name yet?
No. They were Sony's Kenichiro Yoshida sat down with Financial Times recently to discuss what comes next for the brand. Even though he didn't go into a whole lot of detail, he did mention that a next generation is necessary. Yoshida-san told the publication, "At this point, what I can say is that it isn't necessary to have a next generation hardware." He declined to comment on whether or not the rumored PlayStation 5 title would stick, or if they were going to go the Xbox route and call it something out of left field.
Let's not. Let's stick with 5. I'm okay with that.
So am I. According to a recent leak on Resetera, I don't know if I said that right, it is also said that the next generation will have an ever-growing esports arena in mind. Sony has also been slow to embrace the surging potential for esports, a market based around global audience, estimated around 167 million that watch online streams of professionals playing games at the highest level. The post continues. Industry and analysts believe Sony will be keen to rectify that through its next console by ensuring that its machines are deemed powerful enough to host the top-level esports events. Sony Interactive Entertainment, the division responsible for PlayStation, said it was considering various options to strengthen its position in esports, which it sees as an effective way to encourage users to play a game for a longer period of time to enhance the social role of games. We've also learned, okay, so and here it is. Here's the link for the rumored backwards compatibility link. So Sony, of course, they've offered their way. Like PS Now is probably the only way to play the older games. I mean, you can buy some of the old PS2 games,
right?
Like Bully is one of them, and some of the GTA games, and Rogue Galaxy. Is that Rogue Galaxy? I think that's what it's called. That RPG. Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
It's at a left field for me. Dark Cloud, yep.
Some of those old PS2 games, you can buy those on the PS4. So, Sony has recently registered a patent that heavily suggests that backwards compatibility may be a focus for the team. According to patents below, this could apply for PS4, PS3, PS2, and original PlayStation games on the next generation. Each asset has a texture called for by legacy software, such as a legacy computer game software has a unique identifier associated with it. I'm about ready to start talking way up here, so stay with me, Jimbo. The unique identifier can be rendered by imposing a hash on the asset, and then the asset stored with its identifier in a data structure. An artist remasters the textures for the presentation on a higher resolution display than envisioned in the original software and stores them back on the data structure with their identifiers. The original software is then played on the higher resolution display with assets such as texture calls, being interception identified, and the data structure entered into retrieve the remastered asset having a matching identifier. The remastered asset is then inserted on the fly into the game presentation. Did you get any of that?
Yeah.
Because when I first read that, I'm like,
I get the concept. Now knowing the tech portion of it, yeah, I don't know any of that, but the general premise of it, I understand.
So
that's what matters.
Basically, fingers crossed at this point. That would be amazing if they're allowing you to do that with physical media.
Here's the thing, though. You don't want this to get out because you're just getting ready to put out the PlayStation Classic. So for those that are looking to get it because they would like to be able to play those games, they might go, whoa. I had the physical media. I have all this stuff already. Why don't I just wait for the PS5? Because we all know most of us are going to buy a PS5. I know I will. I'm hoping to get it on D-Day, but we'll see how that works.
You were able to get 4 on D-Day, weren't you?
I waited. Yeah, I did not sleep.
No, you did not.
I did not. And then I got up, and me and Joanna were just starting to date. Starting to actually really date. So I took it over to her house. I didn't hook it up, but I just took it over there, and I think I fell asleep on the couch or something. I can't remember, but I stayed with her for a while. But I stayed up because we were on nights, and I wanted
8 a.m. Target.
Yep, I wanted to be able to do the BOGO, the buy two
get one.
Yeah, the buy two get.
They were doing the sale, and it was for PS4 games, which blew my mind.
Yeah, so I went and picked up PS4 that day, and got
Need for Speed, Black Flag, and Call of Duty Ghost. Really, that is a filler. And you were just getting out of Call of Duties at the time, weren't you?
Yeah, that was my official out. Was Ghost. And I like Black Flag, but I only like the ship stuff. Once I started doing the ship battles, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Nobody cares about the main story. This is cool. But other than that, yeah, I waited in line for it, and one dude was behind me, and he was only there for the BOGO or the buy two get one. And the lady in front of me was like, oh, no, I'm not getting 2 games or 3 games. I'm not getting any. And she turned around and bought it. And he waited in line that entire time. We were in line for an hour. Mm-hmm. And then doing all that for an hour. And she did that to him. And he's like, the only reason why I stayed here was for that. Yeah.
Insert in colorful language.
And just walked away. But
yeah. I did. One day we're going to be doing a retrospective on the PS4.
That's crazy to think.
I know, but before we get to that, I got mine at launch night at Best Buy at midnight. I was allowed into the building early because I would actually pre-ordered my system. We got there and we got in line. There was already quite the line there. And then it was cold. It was in November. It wasn't frigid. It was cold.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we're standing there. It's 9 or so, a little after 9, not quite 9:30. And then somebody walks out and says, anybody that's a pre-order needs to come with us. I'm the only person there in that line that had a pre-order.
It's good for you.
Out of 20 or 30 people, I got booed as I walked by.
Did you turn around and go, well, if you would have pre-ordered, you could be with me, you idiots?
No, Caitlin did.
Good for you.
And so we were told, you guys stand on this side of the building. And at 10 o'clock, you guys would be allowed in.
Ooh.
And then we were allowed to go in, pay off the console, pay off my game. They couldn't give it to me yet. They could give me the game. I actually got to hold the game. I couldn't do anything with it. And I had a choice. I could stay up there right by the registers and stand, or go back to their game section and sit where they had a playable, demoed PS4 and Vita back there. So we went back there, and I played some PS4 for the first time. And a little bit later, somebody else came back there, and somebody else. By the end of it all, there were probably about 10 of us who picked up our consoles on pre-order, and the rest were all standing in line. I remember this one Asian dude was wearing, like, Google Glass. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He had that on, and it was the first time I ever seen one in person.
Wow.
And he was standing in the line that wasn't a pre-order, looking to get a PS4. I'm like, why don't you... Guys, I put down...
You can do it on your glasses.
Right.
You can do it on your glasses.
Like, I literally walked in after E3, right? After the big, like, when Sony did the whole mic drop that went that weekend, that Saturday. Pre-ordered my system at Best Buy. And I paid down, like, $50. I think I put down $50. Maybe. I know you had to put a minimum of something, and I want to say I put $50, and that wasn't the minimum. I just put $50. I might have put 25. I don't remember. So that's all it was. When I got there, mine was the 7th console pre-ordered at that store. I was 007 on my paper.
Nice.
So,
see, for me, it was I didn't know. I don't know if you remember this, but I didn't know if I'd have the capital to get it, and I wanted to get some games. I didn't want to just buy the system and sit there. And ended up, I do not have any of those games anymore.
No, you sold them.
Yeah.
What was that, Need for Speed Rivals?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It wasn't very good.
You didn't like that?
No.
Carrying on with the PS5, though. The PS5 may launch with a portable device.
This I'm a little skeptical.
Me too. We'll see how it goes. The rise of smartphone gaming and the success of the Nintendo Switch may have Sony considering other portable device, for the next generation. A recent Financial Times article shares rumors that Sony could be considering a portable component for its next PlayStation. But before you go telling your friends that there's another PS Vita on there, had hit me right here on that PS Vita.
Right?
You may want to consider this rumor carefully. According to this article, Sony might be planning a tablet that would connect to multiple devices as an online streaming of games becomes more widespread, and the company seeks to derive ever greater synergies between games and movie divisions. If you're thinking PlayStation Vita 2.0, you're thinking too small. You'll notice that they didn't call this a gaming device or even the word handheld, which brings gadgets like the 3DS and Vita to mind. They call this a tablet, which casts a very wide net. Tablets are they're multi-purpose devices. You can game on them, but you can watch Netflix, stream music, movies, social media, and all that kind of stuff. Sony has a lot to gain here. We already know that the next generation of consoles are going to pack in some next-level streaming technology into their boxes. AMD is working with Microsoft and Sony on making seamless game streaming a reality, and that just yesterday, Microsoft revealed its new game streaming platform, Project xCloud, which I totally missed out on that news.
Yeah.
We're clicking on that.
Well, we got to get through that.
Microsoft wants you to be able to play Xbox games on your phone, tablet, or any device that is connected to the internet. But what if Sony could market a device made for streaming from its next-gen PlayStation platform? What if Sony was able to produce an affordable tablet with proprietary wireless technology that took advantage of everything the PlayStation brand has to offer? Seamless streaming from the PlayStation 5, access to all the programming on PlayStation Vue has to offer, reliable game streaming from PlayStation Now. If this all came as a product in which you could also watch Netflix, stream music, catch up on your social feeds, Sony may have a winner. And I'm saying it would appeal to like a lot of people as a basically when you're thinking like, oh, what Xbox tried to make Xbox One, your all-in-one media hub for your TV. Like this would be your all-in-one everything.
That'd be neat.
What you already use your phone for, essentially. So okay, let's go check out that.
Yeah. How did we miss that info?
PlayStation 5 and Xbox secret feature. Oh, okay. This isn't like. This was AMD. I remember reading this. When was this posted? September 14th. This was like a month ago.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this.
Was it not notable?
No. I was just like, oh, okay. AMD's working with Sony and PlayStation, Sony and Microsoft. I was like, duh. So I really didn't think about it. So AMD president and CEO Lisa Su We're working with both Sony and Microsoft on consoles. They both have their own specific secret sauce that we're helping them do. So what is that secret sauce, and what will define the next generation of her Xbox and PlayStation? She gives a few clues, maybe. You'll notice that when you watch the entire interview that whenever Sue starts talking about gaming specifically, she also brings cloud computing into the picture. Think about gaming, she says, around the 335 mark. 330. Like the three, and it's done like a clock, like 3 minutes 35 seconds. I don't know what that means. I'm completely up here.
I am too. Like
double-digit growth, right? Whether you're talking about game consoles, you're talking about PC gaming, whether you're talking about cloud gaming, on all of these markets, like higher computing power, and that's a great place for us to be. Oh, the dude on the video, he was like, "Yeah, go to the 3 minute 35 second mark on the video." Well,
that's kind of what I thought you were talking about, but
I didn't know.
It didn't sound like it, so I was like, I don't know.
I thought that I misread the little quotes. I thought she was saying that. So then around the 8 minute 20 second mark, she mentioned the cloud gaming when discussing AMD's partnership with Microsoft. We partner with them in game consoles. I think we have a vision of where cloud computing is going, and that we're working very closely with them. Does this sound familiar? During Xbox's E3 stage presentation, Phil Spencer made a big deal about the future of cloud gaming. He envisions a future where you can play your games anywhere on any Xbox Live connected device. Our cloud engineers are building a game streaming network to unlock console gaming on any device. He said, "My bet is that AMD is helping Microsoft and Sony make that happen."
Yeah.
I'm tired.
That's a mouthful.
We have one more thing of PlayStation news, but it is not PS5. It is PlayStation Network Online ID changes.
Yes.
Finally coming. And just like our names down below, we now have them down there. Brando, go like us on Game X, play all our stuff. Yeah, I put it up. So
cool.
So what's going on with this? Essentially, we're finally being able to change our PSN names, and it's coming soon. They didn't give a date, but they are now outlining what you're going to be able to do. People who have their little beta program where they get to test all their updates with the betas.
Yeah.
Those guys will be able to do it first, and
yeah, because I'd like to get my
real
name back.
Right. According to a recent blog post over on PlayStation's official websites, we're happy to announce that we'll soon be testing the long-awaited feature to allow users to change their PlayStation Network online IDs from their PS4 system. The PSN Online ID Change feature beta will be part of the PlayStation Preview program, which is what I just said. During the preview program, you will be able to change your online ID as many times as you want. The first change is free. Changes after that will cost you $9.99.
True.
For PlayStation Plus members, it will cost $4.99.
Oh, yeah.
Changes to the online ID can be made through the settings menu or through the profile page on your PS4.
Here's the question. Does it change your name for everyone else that's on your friends list? I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, PlayStation users will finally be able to change their online ID with the option to also display the older one to avoid confusion within the friends list. So if you had one before...
Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I was leading up to.
Like your legacy name, your older name. So you'd imagine if you changed it all the time, you'd have this long tree. If you had,
you got a lot of money to blow if you're changing it all the time.
Right. No kidding.
I mean, $5 a pop. Because most people are Plus members. Anyways.
There is a small catch. Please note that not all games and applications for PS4, PS3, and PS Vita systems are guaranteed to support the online ID change, and users may occasionally encounter issues or errors in certain games. If for any reason you experience issues after changing your ID, you can revert back to your original ID for free at any time. You will only be able to revert once during the preview program. Reverting back to an old ID will resolve most of the issues caused by the ID change. He also added that they will be adding a list up on the website for convenience that allows players to see what compatible games will make this change more fluid without disruption. This feature has been a long time, quite literally. Once you created it, when I created my original name on the PS3, you can't change it. So it's like a done deal.
Yeah, that's what sucks is because my Xbox name is gone. Because that Xbox 360 It was my tag that I've had since
no
online
gaming.
gaming.
No one's using your tag. You're like you're still on my friends list on my Xbox One.
I hope so.
Yeah, and no one's using it. No one's playing it.
I know because it was mine. I shut it down. But the problem is that I want it on the PS4 because I don't use it on there.
I mean, what are we gonna do?
I don't. I can tell you right now that I probably cannot log into that. That'd be interesting though if I did pull it back up.
You might be able to get in.
I might be able to, but I would like to have the Zulog on the PS4. But I'm wondering if they actually like take the information from all consoles because it said the name was taken, but I can't find a PS4 Zulog.
When we get it, try to change it.
That's what I'm gonna do. Maybe whoever has that name is like, oh, I hated that guy because I'm the only person I've ever known with it. And then when I started playing WoW with it, I can't get it anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Is that name from something, or did you just make it up?
Something that was like made up through a generator. Like I was in high school and I was playing back when MUD was the big thing, multi-user domains, all text-based. Like, this is a long time ago. We were in class, we were in graphics class, and we were watching Lord of the Rings because she was like, we don't really have anything to do, so you guys can just watch Lord of the Rings and play on the computer. So we were playing on there, and we got a little generator online, and I just kept clicking it, and I was like, I want a Z name, blah, 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 and it pulled up Zulog, and then the prologue for it was the act of being the devil. And I was like, that's it. Because the character I wanted to make was a thief. And went around, and he was an assassin. He assassinated people, so the act of being the devil. I thought that was cool.
I remember doing a band name generator.
Yeah.
And I got one that said "Be one with the scented beans."
God, you should have kept that.
And
you should have kept that.
Like that's in my back pocket. One of these days, if I do another band, "Be one with the scented beans." What is that? Exactly. Last news bit for this week. We saw at E3 that Microsoft is buying up some studios.
Yes, they are.
So there's been rumors abound about Xbox acquiring Obsidian Entertainment.
Man, that would be a good pickup.
So Obsidian Entertainment, of course, they've made such games such as Knights of the Old Republic 2, Fallout New Vegas, South Park Stick of Truth. Last year, apparently, the studio mentioned that they wouldn't be opposed to an acquisition if the fit was natural. Now it looks like Microsoft might have just fit that bill. According to a recent report from Kotaku, Microsoft is in the final stages of acquiring Obsidian Entertainment and that negotiations are 90% complete. Another added, according to the site, that it wasn't a matter of when, but if.
Now it's a matter of when. They're 90% done.
Both Obsidian and Microsoft are refusing to comment on the report, citing their usual refusing to comment on speculations. But it's an interesting time given that the team is hard at work on a new RPG with Private Division as the publisher. While it's our policy not to comment on rumors and speculation, we look forward to publishing the new upcoming RPG from Obsidian Entertainment and remain confident in the team that they're to deliver an outstanding game, said a representative of Private Division to Kotaku. Obsidian had previously mentioned that they weren't ready for Fallout New Vegas to be their last game in the Fallout verse, with Bethesda primarily focused on, Fallout 76 as a spinoff. It would be a good time for Obsidian to step back with their single-player fare. However, if that's the case, that probably won't happen.
Well, didn't Bethesda announce that from now on that'll be first-party Fallout games?
Yeah. For those who played New Vegas, it probably didn't seem like a bunch of random components thrown together in different areas, but that's because some of the elements they had planned to make it into each version of the game, they had wait, did I say that right? That's because some of the elements that they had planned did make it into each version of the game. But while they were able to incorporate some of their initial plans to the creation of New Vegas, Obsidian's Scott Everts had had mentioned previously that there's too much left, that there's so much left to be done, so perhaps they might even make a completely new game. We had lots of plans earlier on, you mentioned earlier this year, like here's where the water is stored, here's where the farms are, here's where the government is, centralized. We had it all planned out. But it wasn't just a bunch of random stuff. So, if there ever was an opportunity for them to make another Fallout game, it's not happening now.
That's what it sounds like, yes.
Yes. If Xbox acquires Obsidian, they're going to be making games. They're probably going to fulfill their contract with the game they're already making for that other company, was at Private Division.
Right.
They're going to complete that, and then they're going to go to work for whatever Microsoft wants them to work on. Or they're going to say, "What do you guys want to do?"
Right.
Goes, here's some ideas, and here's Microsoft like, well, what if we took that and did this? Kind of like what they did with Remedy.
Yep.
Remedy's like, we want to do Alan Wake 2, and they're like, what about this kind of idea? And they're like, well, what would work with that? And that's how they made Quantum Break.
Yep.
That's all I got for news. That is all I got for news, and then we are just over an hour, about an hour and 10.
It's fine with me.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
You're starting to lose daylight.
We are, man. It's starting to. You have to realize that when we actually are going to go start doing this, if we actually keep working the kind of hours that we're working,
Yeah.
it's going to get dark at 5 o'clock.
I know. We're going to have to get a second box.
Well, we are.
We are.
Definitely are. I mean,
yeah.
You're definitely darker on your side of the screen.
How much darker? Not bad.
It's not bad, but the shadow definitely is
Yeah. But this new camera is definitely clear.
Yeah.
I like it.
I definitely
like
like
it.
the camera. Definitely like the camera. Anyway,
Well, you picked it out.
I guess I kind of did.
You did. You're just like, this is what I was going to buy. Like, okay, well, let's just buy it. Yeah. So.
That I just popped my neck, and that felt really good.
But, anywho.
Yeah, man. I don't have a whole lot else to talk about. I've been playing some games. Played some Hitman. Played some Quantum Break. Played some Forza. Yeah. Got to download a bunch of stuff onto my Xbox. Been playing Game Pass, of course. Red Dead coming out here soon. Extra Life coming up here soon. Episode 100 coming here soon. This is episode 98.
I know. Climb that ladder.
Yeah, we are. It's like it's like I envision as soon as we hit 100, it's like, yeah, now we're at stage 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we officially have left the tutorial stage. 1 through 99 is all
The
tutorial.
thing is, though, is we're still running tutorial.
No, we are still
We're
running
like,
tutorial.
Yeah, let's try
But-
this.
Yep. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out this week's episode of the Game Addicts Podcast. We are live each and every Wednesday on Twitch, twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay. Around 4 to 6 p.m. is when we start, closer to 6.
It's normally
Yeah.
about 6.
Yeah, but we were pretty on time today, and we got in and we got out. And so sometimes we
got on with life.
Yeah, we're about to.
Yeah.
But, of course, this podcast goes up live on podcast services around the world each and every Thursday morning, and on YouTube. If you missed the live stream, the video's over there on our YouTube channel. Just go over there and subscribe. Find us on Game Addicts Podcast. We're there. Of course, we do gameplay on both. Gameplay is streamed here on Twitch and goes over there as well. So there's plenty of stuff to watch over there and catch up on if you haven't done so. Of course, on all the services, we're everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Podbean. Almost forgot. Happy 1,000 followers.
Yes. Thank
from
you,
Podbean.
guys.
That happened the other day.
That's just on Podbeam, too. So
That is just on Podbean. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
We are now at 1,002. It's gone
That's
up
awesome.
since then. Thank you guys so much. That makes we are 1,000 strong from the Game Addicts Army. So thank you so much.
Stage 1.
Stage 1.
Stage 1. We're
we've reached
official.
Stage 1.
After 100. I'm getting ahead of myself. We will officially be in stage 1
Everywhere. Yeah, thank you guys so much. We're on Podbean. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Podcasts. We're search your favorite podcast apps, Game Addicts Podcast, and we're pretty much there. Of course, check us out on social media, too, because we're at Game Addicts Play, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where you can check out the latest on what we are doing across all of our social media platforms. Over on Facebook Live, pretty much every Sunday, almost, we are now doing our subsidiary show called Game Addicts Plus, where we're just going to be hanging out, talking with you guys, our viewers, And so be sure to go like and follow us there to meet, so that way you guys never miss out on what we're doing. What's up, Dog Meat?
Dog Meat came to say goodbye to everybody.
Yep. We were about ready to end the show.
Love the game so much, I bought a dog.
I know.
Hey, buddy. He's like, will you guys play with me?
Well, maybe after we're done here. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this week's episode.
Yes.
Until next week's episode 99. I have been Brando.
And I have been Mike.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Be sure to rate, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. And until next week, we'll see you later, guys. Keep gaming.